everybody, Brandon Jones here, Kyle Bossman here, general video game enthusiast, but mostly Pokemon. It's like we just kind of go around and play the other video games just in case there's a Pokemon in here. Well, I guess I'll just hang around and play games. But I'm really here for Pokemon now.
Yeah.
And I want to be, I know it might be a little too soon, but I really want to be known as a journalist who you can call upon for the Pokemon opinions. Maybe not the news.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Just the opinions.
I am super grateful to do this show. This is Brandon's son, Kyle Moon. This is Kyle Bossman and myself, Brandon Jones' exploration into the game of Pokemon Moon, which you've beaten already, right? You're done. You're done with this, right?
No? I haven't even been to the 4th island yet.
Haven't even been to the 4th island.
Yeah.
This game is smaller than I thought it would be. I just because going from red into this, I thought, oh man, there's gonna be 10 islands. There's gonna be all these different cities. It's like, because there's 7 or 8 towns in Pokemon Red.
More towns than badges.
So I think of so there's more. Yeah, there's more than that. So I think of a town kind of as the rough equivalent to an island, as far as a new place you go to that has different Pokemon, new shops.
Sure.
So yeah, it's different for me to divide this up in my brain. I have not left Island 2, but I have done 2 of the trials. I finished 2 of the trials on Island 2. On Island 2.
All right, we got a lot to talk about.
That's
cool.
And I want to specifically organize. We had some great notes from people. Obviously, the show is different from Brandon Plays Pokemon, which you did before, in that you haven't finished it yet, but you are ahead of me. So a lot of things I'm telling you it's not news to you. And is not news to people who have also been playing this game, and is different from me discovering Pokemon for the first time and playing Red. So what I'd like to do, the order I'd like to go in is, I'm going to talk first about stuff I've caught from Gen 1 that's just whatever, I can maybe mention for 5 seconds. Stuff I've caught that I don't recognize, that might not be new from this game, but I'd be curious, yeah. And then gameplay improvements, because I think that's a more relevant conversation to people that are not huge Brandon Plays Pokemon fans, or just watching this to get some good Pokemon information. And then my story, Brandon's story, my journey through the game, which I have truncated because I've removed what I've caught, specific trainers I fought, only stuff that I felt was significant enough that I wanted to mention to you.
I love that you set up what this show will be. We should do that for all of our shows. That's actually just good programming.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm telling you, it's because I really care about Pokemon, and I really want to break new ground now. So my Pokedex 70%. I've caught 51. I was shocked last week to learn that your catching is not. If it's not a new Pokemon, you're not interested.
Maybe we'll get to this.
Okay.
Eventually, the game incentivizes catching more Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
In a way that I'm now catching a lot more.
You want to just get into that now, or?
Does Pokepelago mean anything to you?
No.
Okay, we'll get to it later.
That's a place.
That's a later episode.
That's a hidden area in Metal Gear Solid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pokepelago.
We'll talk about it later. Let's not even dip into that one.
I got an Abra, which I named Blackstone again. I got a Cubone, which I named Skeletor.
Wait. What kind of Cubone you got over there?
Just an OG, not a Marowak. Just the. Oh, there's different types of Cubones?
Is that an Alolan Cubone?
It looks pretty standard.
Oh, here's the thing. I think Cubone. Okay. Cubone evolves into Alolan Cubone.
It
starts off regular.
Oh, that's definitely a very different looking Marowak than the Marowak I'm familiar with. Yeah.
Cool. Because you already did. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Grabbed a Paris, which I named Fun Guy again. Poliwag, which I named Hypnotoad, which is one of my favorites. A Futurama joke. Got a Magikarp, which I named Cleo, but I got my Poplio this time. So sorry, Cleo. You're going into the. You were a Pokemon Red Pokemon for me.
Let's talk about Hypnotoad for a second.
Okay.
So, Poliwag had one evolution in Pokemon Red and Blue.
Okay.
Eventually became Poliwrath.
Okay.
A big, stupid-looking Pokemon with white gloves. Like Mickey Mouse white gloves. There is an alternate evolution to Poliwag.
So now they're a third, but a different...
An alternate, it branches off after the second stage.
All right.
Where your name is incredibly appropriate.
Okay. We're Hypnotoad?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just so cool. I think you're going to have to find a King's Rock. I forget the item.
Wow, crazy. Okay.
We'll have to look it up.
Okay.
What it needs. You know what? People like when we do fact checking. I'm going to look that up now. You keep going through your list. I'm going to look up the evolution.
Where did Poliwag come from? Because I didn't recognize him from Red. Is he Gen 1?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, he's got the little swirl on his belly.
Definitely got him in Pokemon Go.
So that he used to be used heavily in Red and Blue promotions, and it made me so mad because they kind of assumed people liked Poliwhirl. Poliwhirl is the one step up.
Oh, okay.
and I hated it. Nobody liked that's nobody's favorite Pokemon. Obviously, every Pokemon is somebody's favorite Pokemon, but it made me it was disproportionate how often he was used.
And I caught a Tauros, which I had not caught in Red, which I have caught in Pokemon Go. I don't remember what I named him in Pokemon Go. I decided to name this Tauros Longhorn.
Texas
in honor
Longhorns.
of my dear friend Michael Damiani. And Tauros is great because Tauros feels like kind of like a celebrity Pokemon at this point. You know, like I'm familiar with him, like I've seen him around, I know the name, but he wasn't in Red. And then I get Pokemon Go, or if he is in Red, he was in blue maybe
Safari
or something. Like I didn't get him.
That's a Safari
Zone guy. Okay, so I didn't get him. And so I go into Pokemon Go and I get him in Pokemon Go. I remember me trying to get him a couple times in Pokemon Go and I couldn't. So by the time I finally get him and I'm riding him in this game, it feels like a celebrity, It feels oh wow, like there's a lot of status surrounding Tauros, so I was happy to grab him.
You had to pet him and everything.
But yeah, getting into potentially new Pokemon.
So before we do that, we'll take a step back.
Okay.
If you ever find a King's Rock, save it.
Okay.
Save it for that little Poliwag. Well, you'll have to evolve it into a Poliwhirl first.
But you don't know if there's a King's Rock in this game.
I've not seen one yet.
Okay. I caught a Bonsley. Little plant type, I'm guessing.
Bonsly. So it rhymes with bonsai.
Oh, there we go. Bonsly. I was going to look this up earlier because when I wrote it down, I named him Doyle. I don't know why I named him Doyle.
That's what I'm talking about, Jones. That's how I name them. When you're like, why did you name it that? I'm like, I don't know. I love that.
Doyle sounds like a name of like an actor who played somebody. And so... I think I probably would have gone with like a Tom Bosley joke.
Okay.
But I think I read up on the type and like what he does. I think that might be an ability play, like for some actor or character.
Doyle.
I think I might have had to look him up.
Yeah.
Doyle.
So he's from his evolution is from Gold and Silver.
So he's not new. So he's
right.
Gold. Okay.
Yep.
I got a Bounce Sweet, which was traded to me in game, which I'm assuming is new. Because that was a character in game that gave me the Bounce Suite, which they named Bouncy. I like that if you do the trades in game, you got to be stuck with their weird names too.
I think you just made sense of that to me. I was going to ask you actually what Bounce Suite, what the pun is there. It's bouncy.
Yeah.
He's a bouncy and it's sweet. Okay.
A Fomantis. Which I tried to catch twice and failed both times. I caught it the third time finally. Just kept knocking Fomantis out. Named it Snip. Boy, I'm stuck on that name for a super long time. I was not getting any bites there. So he's got the little pincers there.
Sure.
Grubbin, which I named Dig Dug. I like that name.
We were talking about Grubbin last week. Do you remember that?
I fought a Grubbin, and I was like, I didn't know where Grubbin were, and you were like, go back. Which actually, if all of these Pokemon were incorporated into my progress, the beginning of my story is me going back and actually like looking up those different locations and be like, okay, before I leave Island 1, I want to see if I can grab as much stuff as I can. Happiny.
Hoppini or Happiny?
Happiny.
Oh, the little Chansey. Baby Chansey.
I guess he's a little baby Chansey.
Yeah,
okay. He looked Chansey-ish. I named him Roo because he reminded me of Roo from Winnie the Pooh.
Because it has a little pouch?
There's pouch inspiration going on with that character. So, called for a friend, called in another one of him. I took out the first guy, tried to catch the second guy. Second guy called in a Happiny, and I was like, oh, that's a totally different Pokemon.
And then
that was the first time I'd ever seen that Pokemon in the game. So.
And then you caught that.
And I caught that one, yeah. So I was like, okay, knock the other one out. And then
I think you got really lucky, actually. I think that's kind of rare.
But yeah, so that's a fun way to be introduced to a new Pokemon for the first time. And it's just like, oh, you're gonna bring in a friend? Oh, who's the what? Like, who's that crazy Pokemon? Igglybuff.
That's a baby Jigglypuff.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was because we were like joking about that, right? Like, okay. So yeah, all these baby types, I got it. Yeah. So yeah, I wish I would have known. I would have named them their classic types, but I named it Snuggle after the fragrance bear, the laundry bear. Lediba? Lediba. Like
Ladybug.
Ladybug. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's there in front of me the whole time, and I don't see it. Named it Francis after the Bugs Life character.
Okay.
Voiced by Dennis Leary. Lillipup,
yeah.
Which is very common. Is that a new one?
That's from Black and White.
Boy, now all these are okay. Lillipup, I named Vivian because I have a friend of mine that has a dog named Vivian. Failed the first time on the Lillipup, got it the second time. Traded. Oh, actually, I had to catch 3 because that was the one I traded for something for the Bounce Suite, I believe. And that actually feels really good. I'm 2 for 2 on trades. Every time I would encounter somebody in the first game, they were like, here's this Pokemon that you have. Do you want to trade it for another one you have? I'm like, no. Or like, here's this Pokemon that I have that's totally rare. Do you want to trade it for that thing, which you don't even know how to get, or you only have one, and I don't even remember where I got that from. Where both of these trades were like, oh yeah, I just was in an area where they had those. it makes sense. I'm going to do the dirty work and actually go out and catch him, where we'll just trade because...
That's cool. You hated trades in Red and Blue.
I didn't hate them.
Yeah.
I just didn't do it. They just never seemed practical. I was
Yeah.
like, I think it was like episode 7 where like I finally did one. I got a Magby.
Yeah, that's a baby Magmar.
I got a... Oh, okay. Named it Joe after Joe versus the volcano, a excellent Tom Hanks film.
That title will work for a while, actually. You don't have
For
to
Joe?
Yeah.
I like tough fire types being just like Frank, Joe,
Yeah.
Bill. Not a fan of this. Was it Magmar?
Did I already forget his name? Johnny.
Johnny.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't found a Johnny yet. I'm
Yeah.
flying around in a Johnny now, but let's get ahead of
Whoa.
ourselves.
Whoa.
Yeah, the Magmars are weird looking.
Oh, yeah.
I hate to do that, because you don't want to judge a book by its cover. I'm just not a fan.
Never been.
There was a part where there was like a giant room full of Magmars at one point. I'm just like, no, because I'm searching for a fire type. Like first fire type I get is Growlithe, so that's like my fire type now.
I love that room full of Magmars, by the way.
And then
It makes no sense. You're on the top floor of a building. There's just a bunch of Magmars around. Like, what are you all doing in here?
it's a Magmar convention.
Yeah.
I got a Mudbray, which I named Murphy.
That is new. We got.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Jones, that's our first new one.
That's
of
our
this whole
first
list.
out of the entire list.
Yeah.
We got a winner.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 Mudbray. In our little farm area in the game.
Looks like a donkey.
Looks like a donkey and named it Murphy after Eddie Murphy from whatever that movie's called.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I got a Rufflet. Is Rufflet new? I named it Big Bird. Looks like a little bird, got a crazy beak with the
Do you
feather
remember
thing
I gave
coming
you
out
that
the
little
front.
vulture?
Uh-huh.
That is the alternate of the vulture. You have Rufflet. I can never have Rufflet.
Oh, okay.
Son, and I have that Volibee, which you can never get.
Oh, okay. So we already took care of that. All right,
And
great.
Rufflet is also from Black and White.
I also, just for viewers, I have a list in the back of potential trades. We should alert people to the fact that our battle and our trade will be very different today because Wonder Kid Kyle here forgot his 3DS for the shoot.
I was thinking about this though, because like you're reviewing the game,
Right.
Might as well test online.
Yeah, so we're gonna do it after we're done. Kyle's gonna head on home. I'm gonna move the camera to a more intimate close-up view.
Yeah.
I'll set up the capture stuff here, and then I will trade in battle with Kyle. So you won't get Kyle's smug face while he's kicking my ass this time.
Yeah, maybe get me on speakerphone or something.
You'll just get me. Oh, okay, sure. You'll just get me weeping.
Because I do think we have to communicate
other
for
end.
trades.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good call. Just random trade. You
Yeah.
have no idea what's happening. But I got a short list there of I thought a good category to grab would be when I fight a trainer and the trainer throws out something that I'm like, ooh, what's that?
What is that? Does Kyle have that?
Unless it's like, okay, that's I haven't seen those yet, but that's clearly from a Gen 1 or like an earlier Pokemon game. So Rufflet's kind of cool. I got a lot of bird Pokemon.
Rufflet's got a great evolution.
It does, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing really stood out for me there. Out of everything on this list, the only Pokemon that popped out that was like, I love this guy, was a Salandit,
Ooh, okay.
which evolves into a Salazzle.
Yes. And it's typing Jones. Fire poison.
Yeah, good
That's
call.
crazy.
Yeah.
I love that.
Just loved his style. I named him Ren. He reminded me of Ren from Ren and Stimpy. Like, just this evil, scheming looking Pokemon. And again, I'm hungry for an interesting fire type.
Yeah, I
And
gotta
so here-
warn you about something right now.
Here we go. Oh no.
Jones. Salazzle or Salandit only evolves into Salazzle
Right.
if it is female.
Uh-oh.
If it
Okay.
is a he, as you say, it's never evolving.
Got it.
Jones takes down a note here, like, please be female.
We can check right now, but I'm scared to.
Yeah.
Really tough catch, too.
And I love it. It's such a cool Pokemon.
It is a cool looking Pokemon.
Yeah.
I put it to sleep, threw a ball at it, didn't work. Put it to sleep again, threw an Ultra Ball at it, no.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. So like whittled it down, its health down, then put it to sleep, then hit it with an Ultra Ball, and finally got it. Got a Smeargle named Snoopy.
Smeargle's old.
Failed the first time. Yeah, not really, knocking my socks off that Pokemon.
Yeah.
He's cute.
He's meta.
I got a Wishy-Washy, which again is not very imposing, not very intimidating.
Oh, but Wishy-Washy is so cool.
But we got like a Magikarp situation where it's like a good evolution. Good.
No, never
Oh.
evolves.
Never. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's really interesting when it's just the image in the middle. You're like, oh yeah.
I mean, we'll get to the story stuff.
Okay.
There's very much to Wishy-Washy. I think you've already seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in wishy-washy territory, but nothing to make me think that Pokemon itself is anything special.
Okay, we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
And that's everybody I caught. That's a lot. I'm catching lots of Pokemon.
That's- yeah, you're
and
going really
and
well, yeah.
I think one of the best, just when I got over the gameplay improvements and stuff that I noticed, I'm just like, oh, this is so much easier and so much, more different and streamlined. The fact that, I'm rattling off all these, the Mudbray is the only, is that it? Is it literally just Mudbray on that list? It's the only-
Mudbray, Wishy-Washy,
Okay.
and I think there was a third one. Oh, yeah, Salandit.
Salandit?
Salandit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got 3 out of all of those. So for all of those, like when a trainer threw that out, you were like, right. Beat that trainer, moving on. Or like something would pop up and you're like, yeah, whatever.
Right,
It was all like, what?
Yeah, you're right. That definitely has a different impact on me.
A Ladybug?
Yeah.
Whoa,
And I'm sick. I
Ladybug.
hate Ladybug. Yeah, I hate that thing.
So yeah, I really appreciate that. So
Just a fun fact,
it's just
actually.
new Pokemon all over the place.
When Pokemon was being promoted as Pokemon 2, one of the only images was Ladybug.
Okay.
So way back when, think late 90s, when the Pokemon Gold and Silver was to be Pokemon 2, they had an image of Ladybug. Pretty exciting.
Was it at the time? Where you're
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah. And Donphan, man, it was cool.
But yeah, it's nice. It's just really satisfying to just have like all of that new discovery coming at me, even if I can catch it or not. So gameplay improvements. I got an egg. Didn't have those in red, right?
No.
You carry them around.
You did have those in Gold and Silver, though.
Okay.
So this is great. This is like, that's new to Jones? Yeah, that's really,
Well, I mean, it's
really
not new
cool.
to me because I got the Pokemon Go hardcore.
Yeah.
Definitely eggs
Sure.
are big in that game.
Yeah.
So
But do you know how to hatch the egg?
they tell you.
Oh, okay.
I actually didn't pick that up the first time, and I went back and watched the clip, and like they said specifically, just carry it around.
Yeah.
Just don't have a 6th Pokemon, basically, and then that'll like hatch into something.
Make a big sacrifice to carry around an egg.
I did, and I gave up after a while. It's just like I carried that thing around for a long time, and
Knowing what that hatches into, I think it's okay that you made that choice.
oh, so just one egg. So that's a very specific Pokemon.
Yes.
That's not like, oh, that's gonna happen. You're gonna get eggs here or there, because I'm also gonna be able to drop the 2 Pokemon off at the ranch. We'll get into that, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We'll get into that.
I should stick into it. Okay.
No, I mean, we're talking about eggs. We're talking about breeding Pokemon. Let's do it, Jones. We're
Let's
talking
get
about
into it.
gameplay. You can breed Pokemon now.
Right.
If
So-
they like each other. So who'd you drop off?
I didn't drop off anybody because
Oh, okay.
I'm still on that island.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
it's just the ranch where you can do that. Can you do that other places on island 3 or 4, or
no,
is it just,
no,
okay?
it's going to be only there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think one of the things that I understood in my brain, but I didn't understand in my heart, was the fact that I'm trading so much more now, and I'm doing so many things where I'm like dropping Pokemon off to fulfill different purposes. I miss them. You know, it's like, well, no, I don't want to. You know, like when we trade, it's like, oh no, I gotta give you this.
Yeah.
So if I still want that, if I want to be able to go back, I gotta go back to that island, catch one of those, and level it up, and like, oh. So it's like, I don't know. I wasn't right away like willing to like just grab 2 Pokemon and let them go.
Yeah.
Especially considering like, wouldn't I want, if I don't know what's going to happen, if I'm not researching this, I don't have a strategy guide, and I don't know what 2 Pokemon are going to create another Pokemon, I would want to put in 2 Pokemon that are kind of cool, that like I think would be interesting. And I'm essentially saying goodbye to. Well, I get them back though at the end, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And how long does it take?
Depends.
Okay. And I don't get an alert. I would just have to go back and check with them every now and then.
And
Okay.
they're like, hey, they seem to really like each other, or they don't like each other at all.
Oh, no.
And then, so sometimes they actually have to like form a relationship.
Outside, and then you put them in.
No, inside.
Oh, inside. So it's just
Yeah.
gonna take longer.
It's like they're starting to get along.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, basically the easiest path is 2 of the exact same Pokemon, male and female.
I think that's a game. I think working at that ranch is its own game. You could do like following that day to day, just
Yeah.
like checking each pen and like it's like, oh, I'm still
Not getting
make
along.
the note. Nope. It's okay. Yeah, I'll get in it. I'll maybe make a note and go back and do that.
And then, yeah, after a while, an egg will appear. Pokemon never explicitly states where those eggs come from and what created those eggs, which is really funny. They're just like, hey, an egg appeared. We don't know where it came from.
I imagine that silence was profound at that meeting at the Pokemon Company, where they were like, "Oh yeah, we're just not gonna say that." Like that could be a stance too.
Yeah.
They're like, we just do not disclose. It's magic, folks.
It's magic.
We don't have lots of straight up magic in our world, but yes, there's magic.
This one
there.
is.
Yeah. The Pokemon stork
Shares
just comes by.
attributes of both parents. It appears.
But yeah, that's fascinating. Like, how much have you messed with that?
0.
Oh, so you didn't drop off people at all.
No, Jones, like, it's definitely...
And is that new to Sun and Moon?
No, that's...
The kids?
Sorry. Oh, no, yeah, they
Okay.
added babies in Gold and Silver.
How deep is that system? Like,
Incredibly.
wow, okay.
You can...
So it sounds as deep as I might imagine. Like,
Oh, it's terrifying because that's how you can like manage their abilities and move sets. Basically, if you crossbreed different types of Pokemon, this one has this move, and breed it with that Pokemon, you can create this Pokemon with that one's move. And so you can do some really freaky
Yeah.
stuff with breeding, with their stats, with their base stats. It gets terrifying.
I want to make something clear.
Huh.
making these two shows with you, Kyle, has been one of the absolute highlights of my year. This will forever be one of my favorite RPG franchises of all time, even just having played 2 of those games.
Yeah.
I don't love this that much. Like, I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Me too, Jones.
Because it's there's a clear wall to me, and on one side it's like woohoo, running around and catching stuff, and on the other side is like shinies and I got to breed to get specific types.
Because to me, breeding is against the point of Pokemon.
Oh, I'm glad it's in there. I think it's a neat system, and it's good to know it's deep because it sounds like something that could be.
Yeah,
that could be really complex.
But it gets to where Gary Oak, our old rival from Red and Blue, Bossman in your game, he was the one who said, "I want the strongest Pokemon. I'm gonna," and like that's the idea of breeding. It comes out, it has the wrong ability, you throw it away. You say, "I bred you wrong. You're done. You're gone." And so the breeding kind of inherently adds this.
You're waiting. The owner's gonna come by today and pick me up.
Oh no, it's the egg.
You don't even check it. They give you a clipboard with the stats on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we get? I'm not gonna look at it.
It's even worse, Jones, because you have to carry around the egg. They created an egg.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The egg hatches. It's a little baby.
Yeah.
Like,
he looks up at you. Like,
yeah.
He's the first person in the whole wide world he sees. Dude, take him on a bridge, tie him in a bag, and throw him out the window.
That's it, man. You release it into the wild. It's kind of sad and like it's.
Well,
I'm not into it.
that's too sad. I don't want to keep talking about it. Maybe this is the next topic's a little cheerier than
the advantage, though, Jones.
Throwing away newborns.
To be frank with you, there is an advantage, and that's to raise a Pokemon from level 1 up. Generally, if you catch a Pokemon in the wild, it's going to have lower stats than when you raise on your own. And so it is generally a good idea. If you love a Pokemon, if you want it to compete, you could raise it from level 1 by creating a baby.
Here's something that we haven't talked about, because the time frame on Pokemon games is like, oh, we finished Pokemon Red, the new one comes out in November. I bet you can't wait. And it's like there's lots of good games. I'm good. Like I'm excited about doing the show really more than like diving into that game again.
Yeah.
How much time do we have now between now and the next Pokemon? 2 years? 3 years?
Oh, who knows?
Who knows? Okay.
I mean, the rumor. I mean, they don't state.
You don't know. There's like
the rumor was
a trend.
No, I mean the trend broke.
Uptrend or downtrend?
It had been one a year for 6 or 7 years in a row.
So like 3 would be unprecedented. It's likely 2, probably 2.
Oh, probably 2. I mean,
considering it probably a Switch, something.
That's the rumor. We're gonna play through this again on the Switch, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we'll be switching.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean 1 year, Jones. We'll be back here in 1 year playing this game on our Switches.
Nice.
Great.
Because I'm just curious if I was to beat the game we were to finish the show, and I was like, hey, maybe I might want to grow Pokemon. So then, like,
I see.
Like a year and a half, when we're like, the new one's coming out soon. We're excited. I'm just like, oh, by the way, Kyle, I would like to challenge you if you're so inclined. Like, whoa, it's this crazy team. Like, yeah, I got that. I got Sophie 2 here. I like bred Sophie with something else, and I got. Okay.
I think if you did that, Jones, if you like dedicated yourself to the meta, your team would dominate mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I lose that fight, I would have to be embarrassed.
Yes.
Okay. Pokemon can carry items. We didn't talk about that at all.
Yeah,
and that's a thing.
Yeah.
That was a thing the last episode that I just forgot. I just didn't make a note of. Is that new?
That is from Gold and Silver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should all my Pokemon have items? No question, or is that like
kind of?
Okay. Not that key.
I mean, now we have little Z crystals, and I like to have them holding Z crystals,
right?
Which competitively makes no sense, but for like I'm playing a game for fun, I like to have them do the Z moves.
I like stealing items from Pokemon. Just kind of funny.
Who do you have who does that?
No, it's like when you get one, it's like, oh, you caught that guy. He's got an item. You want? I'm like, yeah, give me that.
Yeah, give me that honey. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh. I got that before I even met you, buddy.
You go in the box.
Popplio is, I don't know if I'm doing this wrong, but one thing that has fascinated me, because there wasn't a lot of mixed types or any in Pokemon Red, Pokemon that were 2 types.
There were.
Is that Popplio's cracks me up against water types, because Popplio's half fairy type, and obviously, and much higher level than a lot of stuff that I'm fighting, and so it's kind of fun to be like, no, I'm not going to swap this out. I'm just going to hit you with my fairy attack, and they're like, I'm going to hit you with my water attack, and it's like, yeah. That doesn't affect Popplio, no big deal.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to have Popplio be like effective against water types, because it has this other type that just doesn't really like factor in. Obviously, you're not gonna have like a water fire type. Like there's got to be some rules that like you can never.
There's one water fire, but it's like a legendary.
Okay.
Obviously, yeah. So yeah, there is, like you said, some typings that still don't exist, but this one adds new typings, and it's like, oh, that's such a cool typing. That's cool. It's such a cool mix. Where there's still interesting things to mine from that.
So yeah, I would be. It would have to be an extremely strong Pokemon, or I would have to be very adept at that skill or skill set if I didn't have a Pokemon party full of dual types. I'd want to maximize that, right?
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Because then you got a little bit of everything.
Does
Because if
it
you just
create
have 5 of one type, there's so many types you're not including, so many strengths you're not taking advantage of potentially. If you have no idea what you're going up against.
So there's a thing, I think we talked about this, same type attack bonus, they call it stab, where a fire Pokemon doing a fire move is going to be more effective than if it does a water move.
Okay.
If it has a lightning attack, it's going to be less effective because fire. And so yeah, I see what you're saying. Popplio has 2 types of moves that it's very effective at, that it has the attack bonus on. But yeah, I guess you're right. I guess there's really no disadvantage to having dual typing. I guess you have more weaknesses potentially, but
I think if you win every battle we have, that's an answer to a lot of the questions that I have. I think that would be very clear. It's like, okay. Like, I thought I had wiggle room. Maybe I don't. Maybe I need to.
You're right, Jones. Most of the ones I have on my team are dual types, for sure.
Yeah, me too. Like, that's what I think.
get that.
I think Sophie's the only one there because just like Sophie hasn't evolved yet. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Popplio's still. It's not a Popplio anymore. It's
Sophie's a Growlithe, right?
Sophie's my Growlithe, and what's the second thing? It's like a Brionne.
Yeah.
Still a Brionne. Come on.
Okay. Good to know. We didn't talk about its evolution, though.
Is there something I got to do to get it?
No, that you got to Brionne.
No, we were talking about that last week.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because it had little hula
evolved.
hoop
Yeah.
tutus.
Big fancy pink nose, giant swirl of hearts. Nothing but happy, that Popplio.
The reason was, though, is remember, Arcanine, Growlithe showed up really late in red and blue,
Okay.
so it evolves late.
Oh, okay.
Same with the Grimer. Like, if you caught a Grimer, that evolves pretty late because in the context of those old games, they showed up pretty
and they
late.
kept that? Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting. They give me dialogue options, but I can't change the story or anything. I could maybe, like, not do a side quest,
I like
but
how they react to you. I don't think you can even miss a side quest.
I've never done anything negatively. I just think, like, one cracked me up when I think it was, like, Lily needed help for something, and it was like, sure, or like, sure?
Yeah.
like, yeah, I guess.
No, they actually...
I'm like, well, I'm assuming those both go to the same place.
They do. I'm surprised by how they react to you sometimes, though, because originally, like, they're just like, hey, you're in for this adventure, right? And I know that, telling a story of an adventure, the person shouldn't be like, yes, I want the adventure the whole time. You should deny your own adventure. And so there were points where I was choosing, like, I don't know. Like, you love Pokemon, don't you? And I'm like, I don't know yet. And they would react to it. They're like,
do I have to?
And yeah, they would say, like, I understand your apprehension, but check this out. They would respond to it in interesting ways.
I should do it because I think the only time I selected the second option, like B, was when it didn't matter, when it wasn't like happy, sad. You know, like I'm always usually happy because everybody around me is drinking the Kool-Aid too. I'm just like, yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
They're so stoked. How do I get beans? Come on. I can't. I go to the supermarket and they're like, oh, those are some tasty looking beans right there. You can buy the beans at this place. I mean, not really.
Yeah.
But beans. I'm like, don't show me the beans and have a description of when I click on the beans if I can't buy the beans here.
Okay.
If that NPC that just walked past me can and I can't.
I think right now for you, Jones, the easiest way for you to get beans is to go drink that coffee every time you go to the Pokemon stores.
Does that replenish the beans for the Pokemon?
He gives you beans afterward.
Yeah, we'll get like one.
Oh, he gives you one bean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's like, you've been feeding your Pokemon a lot. Here's a bean.
Do you remember that weird word I used, the Pokepelago?
Uh-huh.
It'll fix all your bean problems.
Okay. I don't necessarily have bean problems because it's interesting. Like Popplio was giving me some attitude when I first started out, but even though I haven't like cared for Popplio a lot, Popplio is still pretty cool.
In response to comments from last week, I learned a lot about 2 types of happiness.
Okay.
Pokemon happiness. There's the traditional one that was introduced in Gold and Silver. Some Pokemon evolve because they're happy.
Okay.
That's generally, you do that from learning new moves through TMs, for winning battles and things like that. Just generally, if you keep a Pokemon in your party, it'll eventually become happy and evolve. The other one is how much it likes you from beans and scratching it and taking care of it after battles.
Got it.
If you heighten that max, it starts liking you. It'll look over its shoulder at you during battles.
Yeah.
Do you have a Pokemon who does this?
Popplio does that, yeah.
And it'll start dodging attacks. It raises its evasion. It'll start healing itself.
Wow.
My bird, my true beak, it was poisoned once, and it said it wanted to impress you, so it unpoisoned itself.
I saw that. Yeah. I saw them drop a status
too?
effect, yeah.
And then, best of all, Jones, it can even choose to live. Like, an attack will kill it. And then this happened again with True Beak. It got down to 1 HP, and it was like, it didn't want to die for you.
The guilt.
And so now I'm all about the beans.
The guilt.
And so the beans are the way to get them to like you that much.
Sure, I haven't done beans a lot, but I've definitely focused on Popplio more than any of the other Pokemon. But the thing that cracks me up is like when I get like a super effective hit, they're like, "Good job."
And they look back at you.
Yeah. I knew you could do it. I'm like, yeah, well, You know, it's fire type.
It is really weird though to see your Pokemon look over at you.
Yeah,
that's weird.
It is. It's funny. It's like the it's like a subliminal message or something, because I was so used to like the pace of the old fights that when it would start to happen, I kind of like blink and be like, did something just happen? Like, because I'm clicking A real fast. Like, was there a like a little thing in there where Poplio said something to me, or like Poplio have emotion? Poplio thinking?
It is. Poplio's thinking.
We got to talk about these co-op options. There's all sorts of crazy stuff going on, and this does kind of do a jump in the story, but it is like a gameplay thing. And then I got to the dome.
Oh yeah.
The 4v all dome.
Yeah, I hate this.
But we got, it is interesting. It was kind of a bummer, actually, that it's only like, the base level is 50 when you go back in.
Yeah, I went in there and got owned. I
was so excited, because I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to do this in Florida. And like, I won't be breaking new stuff in the story. I can still get capture when I get back.
Yeah.
But I can just level my Pokemon and not worry about like catching new stuff or whatever. And I jump in, they're like, oh no, you're going to get destroyed.
It was weird. Like, why even introduce it right now?
And like the normal things are like, you just do normal difficulty, which is 50.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I'm not prepared for that. But yeah, 2v1, which is interesting. So like my one Pokemon and me versus two different Pokemon, either in the wild or from one trainer.
Yeah.
Then 2v2, then me with two Pokemon versus two trainers and them both having one or more Pokemon. And then this 4 versus everybody.
2v2 was introduced in the Game Boy Advance era.
Oh, okay.
But the 2v1 that we talked about last episode, where you're fighting two Pokemon, they have an advantage over you, that's new.
Yeah.
And so is the stupid arena thing, where it's 4 Pokemon and you can attack anyone you want. Why?
There's nothing about that you think is interesting? I mean, I haven't like done my research on it, but like I didn't despise it right away. It wasn't like...
It's hokey, and I mean, we'll talk about the professor showing up in a mask suddenly.
Yeah.
But also like context breaking, like... There are more people. This is the same problem I had with Red Dead Redemption, actually, when you're doing the horse races.
Right.
Where there are more people spectating this than the world can,
can hold.
support.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are more people in these stands than I've seen in the entire game.
Yeah.
Where do all these people live?
And you can't go in there.
Yeah.
Like, that was the one bummer. Like, after I did, I was like, oh, cool, I want to go in there and check out that stadium. And I go to the door, and she's like, oh, you can compete. And it's like, oh, that will always just be like in the Phantom Menace for the pod races, they used Q-tips. They just like painted Q-tips, different crazy colors, and then just stacked them all there for like the wide shots. You can't tell. It's like really, really far away.
No, they use miniatures for that?
And I think, I think they use miniatures and then they like CG'd the miniatures. So I think they added the stuff on, but when they initially shot the models, they had little Q-tips. So it's just like, oh, those little Q-tip people are going to remain Q-tips for the rest of this game. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because again, it's like the weird kind of disproportionate, the getting onto the Queen Anne and like, whoa, you know, and then you get off and like your head is bigger than the room that's holding all the captain and his crew.
SSN.
But it is, yeah. And I think that's the one, like, not to talk this game down. I would try to keep this show as like a positive as possible, but like I'm just a skosh underwhelmed at the scale of this game so far.
Sure.
After finishing the first island, I'd be like, time for Island 2, and I was like, really? That was it? That was Island 1? I would expect it to be just like a little bit bigger. Just as far as like when I'm done with the whole island, I can hop on my Tauros and like back to my house. You know, I'm like, I would have thought it would have been, you know,
so
the surface area would have been a little bit bigger, or some of the there's definitely diversity between the different areas I'm going to, but the areas themselves, I thought it's like a Poke Center and like a house. I'm like, I thought it'd be a little bit bigger.
So it's strange, Jones, because this is the first time they've really, I think, gone one-to-one on environments, and I think that's what makes them feel condensed. There's huge cities in X and Y. There's huge cities in black and white that are enormous.
In red. I mean, there's towns I would go to in red where I'd have like 10 open doorways that I would go into and find a thing. And now it's like 1 or 2.
And so what they went here with is pretty like realistic. Like everything is to scale. Everything is what it was, the size it would be.
And I think
I
think the major theme that saves the majority of context in this game is that you're on vacation. It's like, well, I mean, don't judge this place as a normal place because it's not. It's a it's a vacation place.
It can't support a Pokemon League. We don't have a Pokemon League here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can get into that specifically. But yeah, anything else in the? You don't like the 4v4?
I not like it.
I like it because it's fun for me to like, because there's going to be a fire type in there somewhere, and I'm just like, haha, like right away.
There's the mind games for sure, because you get the point for the final kill.
Yeah.
Getting the now I kind of hate it though. I really do.
You can't do that multiplayer though. You like you and I can't go in with 2 other people.
I think we could.
Could we? That'd be interesting.
We try it.
Just need to try that later. It's worth a shot. I can only fish at specific places now. That's a bummer. I can't just go to the shore and do it. I gotta like find air bubble pockets.
Here's the advantage of that: only 1 rod the whole game.
Okay, I've only caught Magikarp so far.
I know, because you're just in early areas.
Oh, okay.
Well, Jones, I think it might just be bad luck.
I got a Wishy-Washy.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like as in one Wishy-Washy and like 12 Magikarp. So I guess I'll keep trying her.
Just wait for later areas.
Again, we are about, and also we're letting you guys know this is it for 2016. We're going on vacation. We'll be back in January with another episode. So fishing will be a thing I can do and not worry about missing anything that I'm like, I should be capturing this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And apologies for episode 4 of Brandon's Sun Calm Moon. If there's a sweet thing that you're like, oh, here comes the B-roll. Like, I didn't get it. It happened while I was on vacation. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Did capture that one. How does the second mount, the search, the item finder. We were talking about this a little bit before.
Yes.
What's the name of the breed?
Stoutland.
It's a breedier and then Stoutland.
Yeah.
Now you can ride the Stoutland. Herdier, sorry.
Yep.
Breedier are the trainers.
Yeah.
And got that one. Didn't even. I think I was just like yeah after a battle, and like didn't even realize I was given a new mount. And then like got Lapras and was like, cool, I got that. Whoa, what? When I saw it's the second one.
Yeah.
And I've got on him and ridden him around a little bit, but I haven't found anything. Like what's the strategy
hold
there?
down B, and he sniffs the ground.
Right. He didn't find anything. Like, is there like a strategy there for like how to find?
So the way it works is hot and cold. Basically, you'll have a blue exclamation point when Stoutland like is on the scent, and then you have to follow it. If you turn and it goes away, that means you're going in the wrong direction.
Oh, okay.
And then once it turns into a red, it's like press A or press B. I forget which,
like
but it means you're on top of an item. Yeah.
All right, cool. The dome. We were talking about the dome being like level 50. Is that for just like a lot of people in MMOs when they finish an RPG they'll complain. So like, there's nothing to do. Max level now. What do I do now?
Yeah, I'm not level 50 yet, man. I'm not there yet.
Right,
yeah.
But I mean, is it like when you're like, oh, I'm level 50 and I caught all the Pokemon. Oh, I can master the dome.
I think
like
you're
one of those
right.
Things?
Yeah, that does seem like a post-game area to spend your time in.
The dome within a dome. And then there's the journey.
Let's do the journey.
There's the story. How was your journey, Kyle? How did you enjoy the second island? Anything stick out for you?
I love the second island. So I like the little welcome center, the welcome lane. There's a new place to get your hair cut, new clothes to buy.
Yep.
I like that when you go into a new area, there's new clothes to buy. I like getting introduced to new people. I think the short little cowgirl with her huge Mudsdale shows up at that point, right? And she's like, "Howdy."
There's definitely lots of hot ladies on Island 2.
Okay, well she's not one of them. This was distinctly a short little girl.
Okay.
What hot ladies are you referring to?
Dude, within like 5 minutes of getting to Island 2, two pairs of attractive women approached me.
I gotta know which ones you're referring to.
Fine. I get in. I take a boat. Olivia and Malo, right when I get off the boat, are there. Olivia is the Kahuna.
Oh, right. Yep.
And I don't know why, but Malo looks at me and it does like a zoom.
Which one is
like
Mallow?
on me.
I don't even remember.
Mallow's a green. She's got big like kind of green ponytail thing.
God, I forgot about Mallow. Oh, right.
I was like, are they shipping me and Mallow?
Yeah. Of course, she's one of the challenge masters. Or whatever.
Okay, yeah, one of the captains.
Yep.
And I don't know if they're captains, but up the road by the Tide Song Hotel, just outside, were Dexio and Sin. And Dexio had an Espeon.
Yeah.
And gave me a Zygarde cube.
Yeah, I forgot that's where you meet them. Isn't
That's
that
how
weird?
that
You know,
goes.
that Zygarde cube. Really cool, by the way, to see that hotel. That was one of the first images you saw of the game back from the reveal last year. Or maybe that was even earlier this year. Really cool to see that finally.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a little deeper. I thought that was going to be like a Queen Anne situation where I was like, oh, the hotel, here we go. Okay. Like,
Oh, yeah, and there's nothing.
I'm going
to do
in, there's going to be a long hallway, lots of doors, lots of people to go in and check. And it's just like,
absolutely nothing.
nope. Yeah, I was done. That's a short clip.
Yeah.
That's a Tide Song Hotel clip.
Could be roll.
So right when I kick it off, I take on the Kahuna. And his Mankey, Makuhita, and Crab Brawler.
Wait, what do you mean you take on the Kahuna?
This is my challenge to leave Island 1.
Oh, so
I'm
we
not
haven't
even there
left
yet.
Island 1
Oh, we haven't
yet.
left Island 1 yet.
So, I guess I skipped ahead a little when you said, how about my journey? Okay.
So I actually I've rarely done this in Brandon Plays Pokemon. I'm going to give you a blow-by-blow of the battle with Kahuna, because I was actually really proud of myself. Poplio, Mankey comes out. I got Poplio, way higher level, knocks him out. Makuhita comes up, takes 2 of my special heart swirlies, I don't remember what it's called, knocks out Makuhita. Crab Brawler's a little tougher. Crab Brawler comes out, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's a crab. I think it's a water type.
Sure.
So I switched to Magnus, who is my Magnemite.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, Magnus, get in there and get a strong attack. No, it's not. I don't think it was like not effective, but it was like, no, that's not super effective. I'm like, oh, maybe he's not water type. And I'm like, oh, duh, he's fighting type.
Yeah.
Because it's been Mankey and now Makuhita with the gloves, and now he's Brawler.
Great.
So yeah, he's probably fighting type, and I know that air's strong against fighting type.
Yes.
And so I brought in my Woody.
Yes.
Super effective, knocked him out. It felt so good about, because it, like, a lot of times I feel bad because I'll beat trainers or I'll beat captains or whatever, and they're like, whew, tough fight. And I'm like, not really.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because, like, one of them ended and she was like, wow, you didn't even use your Z power. And I'm like, did you know that? Did that have to happen? Was there no way I could have used my Z power, or are you just picking up the fact that I actually did that?
Yeah, it's interesting.
And so that would be maybe a fun thing in the future, to have like that reaction to the fights be different. Not for trainers, not like for everybody I fight, but like captains.
I didn't even kill one of your guys.
You're like, wow, yeah, Growlithe is great. You know, or like have some comment on what I did.
Yeah.
You know, some like specific thing. Yeah, but that felt really, at the end, he was just like, wow, good job. And I was like, yes, I'm proud of myself. I actually like learned something from playing that last game.
Also, Jones, before we leave this island, there's a secret area that I hope you went to.
Oh my.
Where you get Rockruff.
Oh, I haven't gotten Rockruff, but I don't leave just yet, because I get something very cool at the end of this battle.
Okay.
I get my mount.
Yes.
The first time.
Yeah.
Which is dangerous. It's so huge. So I'm like going through the streets, and it's just like, this is not. Thank goodness, not a lot of people are riding Pokemon around.
Yeah, you're right. Even if there was
he takes
one
up the whole
Tauros,
street, and just fire, like raging in front of him. So I'm just like, look out. It's a good thing there's no friendly fire.
But then you like think back to all the rocks that you've been to, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna smash.
Oh,
those
totally.
rocks.
Yeah. And so it was nice to have, obviously, one of those great, you know, audio visual upgrades over Pokemon Red. The fact that it's like, you know, okay, I'm in front of the thing, go into my thing, pick the Pokemon, pick their ability, select it. Oh, there we go. And then just like cut, you know, versus like, it's
and
like
you can
on
even,
this thing smashing through the rocks.
Have you assigned it to a D-pad button?
Oh no. Oh, cool.
You can do that by selecting, when you bring up the Y option, you can just hit the button that looks like a D-pad, and then you assign it. So basically, you can press up to bring out Tauros any moment you want, and then hit right to get Lapras or whatever.
Nice. But yeah, loved that. Loved smashing rocks. Kind of frustrating because later on I'm on Island 2, and it's like, oh, there's a rock. Oh, it's not one of those rocks. You know, like,
sure.
It's like what is that? Like a caramel brown? Like what's the color scheme I'm looking for specifically with the rocks that this thing can smash and do absolutely zero damage to other rocks? Yeah, and then so I'm riding around on that thing. I have a good old time. Grab a couple other, like, I think I grabbed a TM that I didn't have and some other stuff. But like Rockruff, I gotta look him up. Okay, let me make a note. Rockruff.
So Jones, I'll just tell you where that spot is.
I'm getting teased with the Rockruff because it's one of the first Pokemon I saw in this game.
I know. Yeah, I wanted it so bad.
Guy, yeah.
And here's the sickest thing, Jones.
And there's a fun dog theme going through this game. You know, I got Lily something. What was the
Lillipup? Yeah.
I got the Poplio. I got
Rockruff evolves into a different Pokemon depending on which version of the game he is in.
Oh, cool.
They've never done that before.
Interesting.
So you're gonna get a different evolution than I have. Cool. I have no idea what your evolution looks like.
Cool. What type? Is he ground type?
Straight rock.
Oh, wow. Oh, Rockruff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no dual type, just straight rock. The way to find him is to go to the professor's house.
He's probably in my Pokedex though, because I fought the professor.
Yeah.
So and then there's a
secret entrance by the professor's house. There's some rocks there.
Oh, okay.
That you got Tauros through.
Yeah.
Way worth it.
Oh, totally. Oh, I'm getting.
And he's pretty rare. I feel like it was like a 10%er. It took me a while to find one.
Yeah, it's great to look at like the file names, just like catch.
But I mean, even that, Jones, that thing is, it's unusual for a Pokemon game to have a secret environment that early. You know, we had the power plant in Red and Blue, but that was pretty late. And there was only that one. And so to find this like cool area that's opened up and expansive, and it's like, oh, I found this. This is cool. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's it. Like I'm slightly underwhelmed by the scale of the game in comparison to my expectations of how far we've come in 20 years.
Sure. No, I think that's interesting. That's valid.
There's probably a lot of places I haven't discovered yet. It's interesting having certain characters highlighted as important, like certain NPCs that I meet. That they're like, oh no, this is Dexia.
That's
like,
Dexia.
Oh, that's not okay. That's not just those preschoolers around the corner who want to train me. Like, no, that's actually that person will be back.
Yeah,
lots of those. Are there? Is that usually on par with some of the later Pokemon games? Like, there's a big cast of. Oh, okay. Because in the first game, there was really nobody. It was just like.
Well, actually, I want to take that back because we have gym leaders, right? The captains are basically the gym leaders of this game, and with including the Kahunas. Typically, the gym leaders, they would just wait for you to show up at their place.
Right, that's the big difference. Yeah,
there'd be some exceptions.
They're out and about.
But yeah, it's cool to see these people out and about, and them have contacts within the world, and then you do their challenge. Which
is why I know, like, you nostalgically look back at I can't remember his name now, Giovanni from Red, you know, and like his storyline and kind of how, you know, he affects you, and like had zero effect on me because I'm like, he's just that guy in that room at the end of the thing, and then he's gone, and then I never see him again. Whereas like just even the tiniest, like me, like, you know, now I want to play, like, you know, go back and play the world Mega Red. You know, like
There's no. Oh, I mean, Fire Red.
Fire Red
is the remake.
Did they add any of that? Is there any like you'll be in town and just like and he'll see you like
What?
like,
Somebody sent us a link of Giovanni.
man.
Like with his the waterfall base. I don't remember like which game that was.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that was Omega Red actually. Omega Ruby.
It goes a long way, and actually having the villain like I live in this world too. Like I'm in this. You know, I want to intimidate you before we actually get a chance to fight.
It's got a bathroom.
It's got a bathroom. Bellhop trainer throws out a Drifloon, who I actually like save at one point later on, but I don't have a Drifloon.
You want a Drifloon? I think you just have to be in the cemetery during the day to get a Drifloon.
I was in the cemetery during the day. I played most of this game during the day.
Okay, I guess I just gotta catch you a Drifloon.
Oh, Paniola Town. Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
I thought we were in Hawaii. What's this?
Yeah, it's just, and it's like the going in doesn't necessarily from a distance. I was like, is that a Western town? And then like it like loads up. Like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. I picture somebody coming out being like, "Shot 42, Western movie." You know, like what? I'm on set right now. What's
and this
happening?
is where the strange Magmar house is.
Yeah,
yeah.
You go to the right and like it's an all wooden town and there's tons of fire Pokemons. Like this is not a smart idea.
Great point. Yep.
You silly looking Magmars. The town we developed with our Pokemon.
Is that what they call it?
That's what it says on the sign.
Whoa.
Paniola Town.
The town we developed.
And again, speaking of towns, just not looking, you know,
Yeah.
2 doors I can go in.
Yeah.
Hanging out on the farm. I bump again to How. I destroy his Pikachu and his Torracat. I feel bad about that, you know. It's like, here's this character. I guess I didn't really pick up on that. It seemed like you had a much more diverse arsenal. You were like tougher in a way. More
Than
unpredictable in red than How's just like the Torracat. I'm gonna destroy that thing every time. He's like,
yeah,
Poplio. I know it's gonna be higher level.
How is not your rival?
How is not.
Yeah, he is not your rival.
How's not very good.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of his point. He's there to represent the Pokemon element of I lost, that's okay, and I really like that.
And that's one thing that this game seems to do a better job than Red did, but I still would like a little bit more of that. And How does help with that is, you know, when I get to Island 2 and they're like, oh, I see you're on the challenge. I'm like,
Yeah.
is anybody else? Is it just me?
Sure.
Did anybody else do it this week?
Yeah.
Is it how many challenges do you get? Like how many people on a percentage of people that get off that boat? How many are doing the challenge and how many are just coming to Island 2?
Yeah.
You know, and so like it would be nice every now and then if I was like to go into a store or talk to an NPC, they were like, okay, I'll see you later. Hi, what do you want? You know, it's like, you know, get in line. Like there's a lot of people
clever.
doing this.
Yeah.
So you get that sense from How, that How's like, I'm the not good version of you.
And even what I like a lot, Jones, is you'll meet people who gave up on the challenge.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, and I
nice.
think that adds context to what makes you special.
And in Red, the only time I got that vibe is when you're going up the Victory Road.
Oh, people are like,
Like,
I give it up.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
See
Yeah,
ya.
yeah.
Stepping on them on my way up to.
No, you'll meet NPCs who are just like, God, I really wish I kept with it. I just couldn't hack it.
I fight Madam Elizabeth, who is an elderly trainer, and I don't remember a lot of those from Red.
Yeah.
This fancy old lady in her moo-moo rocking Pokemon, which makes me wonder. So then I kind of dipped into a well here, and I know I tried to drag these shows out as much as possible, but like I really went off the deep end when I fought her. When I'm like, okay, here's this old classy lady, probably in her 60s,
Yeah.
who's rocking Pokemon, who's out, you know, like out on the farm, and just like, oh, little boy, yeah, sure, let's go at it, let's play Pokemon. It's like, okay, well, when you were my age, did they have Pokeballs?
Oh yeah. Oh, I love to think about
You know
this
what
stuff,
I mean?
Jones. Yeah.
Like technology is technology, but like, did they have like? Did Pokeballs not exist before electricity? Like, back in the day, was there like a way to? Because it seemed like a full-on zap. Like before, it was just like, oh, ball. Whereas now, it's like, no, I clearly see a lightning bolt that blasts out and turns this into some other form of energy and whips it back in. So like, I don't know how you would have done that 100 years ago, or even like 50 years ago when you were potentially my age.
Welcome to Pokemon fan fiction. Guys. This is good stuff, man.
Okay.
This is what it's born of.
I think if I had discovered Red 20 years ago and had grown up with you and played all of the games,
Yeah.
I would write essays about this stuff.
Yeah.
Not like, well, it's clearly this, but like,
What could it be?
There's all sorts of reasons. So again, it makes me wonder about this woman. Is like, was this something that you liked Pokemon growing up, and then like, did you just discover Pokemon catching now and you became into it, or were you there? Must have been so interesting for you seeing that happen. It's like you're talking to your grandma, and it's like the first time they got on a plane and flew somewhere. Like, wow.
I think Pokemon have definitely been around for a while, but you're right. The Pokeball itself is a product of the Silphco.
Yeah.
Like, it's more new. And so I wonder if, the idea of carrying them with you is newly developed and things like that. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to think about.
Be crazy if you made a game where it was like the first you're like the first trainer.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
one of the first people to ever use Pokeballs and actually test them. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, it'd be interesting to play a game where like the Pokedex was like very, very important. Like, this is not like, oh, it's your Pokedex. Like, this is it. We have no idea. And every time one of those popped up, not just you would be like, oh, I'm new at this. I don't know what Pikachu is. Like, everyone you talk to is like, what?
Yeah.
That's cool. You caught that thing? And like, whoa, it evolves? Like,
And this idea that nobody really leaves their towns because they're scared of the
Yeah,
tall
yeah.
grass. Oh, it'd be so cool.
yeah, they hate like Charizard, the demon. You know, like they're all like, you know, like scared of them and stuff.
Let's talk about that later.
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode.
That lady had a Carbink, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
That thing killed me. That thing wiped my whole team, I'm not ashamed to say.
There are a couple of things where I was catching where they were
Yeah.
like, you can't poison me, you can't sleep me.
Yep.
I'm a weird type, and because like I'm like, oh, I just want to come out and I can kill you in 2 seconds, but like to actually catch you.
And that's a good spot to have like variety for, is that Carbink I had no answer to, and it just wiped me. And then I had to go back and adjust my team and have some, okay, I know how to take down a Carbink now and come back
But
and kill
Carbink's
her.
rock, right?
Oh, I think it's a rock fairy.
Because I had Poplio. Poplio was
Got it, yeah.
right away.
Oh, because of water. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I had no water at that point. Still no water in my team.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
You're telling me that now?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to take an hour to go home, and I can like put my team together, which is bad. Actually, a good question. Is that cheating for me to go back and like watch, like a boxer or a basketball player like watch his old tapes, like to
No.
watch that fight? Like, where'd I go wrong?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No. And I mean, they even show you. Remember when we were selecting our team? They show you what the other guy has.
Yeah.
And so there was really no point in me keeping it a secret anymore. Yeah.
Word.
Absolutely.
Collector Brian throws out a Munchlax. Munchlax?
Baby form of Snorlax.
Oh, I don't pick up on these, man. The baby versions.
Yeah. I mean, because babies are new to you. Absolutely.
Yeah, Pokemon Babies. That animated show I missed. I
Oh.
didn't see that one.
I hate the
Pokemon
babies.
Babies.
Munchlax.
I got my Lillipup. Oh, my Lillipup Vivian evolves into Herdier.
Yeah, Herdier's cool.
A lot of evolutions, most of the evolutions I've had with this game were like instantaneously. Like Growlithe, still haven't evolved. Poplio, only second form. You know, I get to Butterfree in like the span of 2 hours.
Yeah.
Herdier, like almost immediately levels up. I fight a Gentleman Gerald who has a Sableye.
Yeah, I haven't
Weird
seen one of
looking
those yet.
alien looking Pokemon. Is that new?
That's not new.
Okay.
They're typically found in caves, though.
I fight preschooler twins Nisa and Nico in my first 2v2. That was the first
Nice.
time I'm fighting both of those
First
with two
2v2.
of my Pokemon. We already talked about that. I meet and I battle Gladion. So Gladion is my
Rival.
My rival.
You found your
basically.
rival. Yeah.
The
it is.
cross between Kyle Bossman and Ian Hink.
Yeah, because he's got a hoodie. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good definition.
He's
of
got
it,
his
yeah.
floop.
He definitely has
pissed.
an attitude.
He's got an attitude, but like an interesting character because Skull shows up and they're like, yeah, screw you, Gladion. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you still have any friends, man?
Yeah.
Screw that Skull, man. We should hang out. You know, like that was,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's interesting. He's got a little bit more depth.
Did you battle him?
Battled him, yeah.
What about his Pokemon?
Oh, yeah. Type Null?
How freaky is that thing?
Totally freaky.
I love Type Null.
Having like a semicolon in a Pokemon name is
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
It's like,
How scary is that? Yeah.
I can't, like when I first saw that, I was like, have I been looking in the wrong place for Pokemon titles the whole time? Like,
Yeah.
that's not a name. What?
Its name is Type Null.
That's on my trade list. Do you have one of those? Can
I don't
try-
have a Type Null, yeah. I love it. And it looks unusual. It looks...
You've never seen that before? That's a whole new...
That's a new Pokemon. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some Shadow of the Colossus crazy stuff going on.
Yeah.
He's just casually throwing out, you know.
No, I think
Type Null.
it's really cool to run
I'm
into
learning.
run into this kid. He's the same age as you, but he's like truly like evil seeming, and he's got this Pokemon unlike any other Pokemon you've seen before. It has an impact. I really like it.
What isn't somebody Null in Metal Gear Solid? Isn't there a Null?
Probably.
I know Zero is
Yeah.
like, you know, the head of everything, but Pokemon breeder Yuka drops a Morlul.
Morlul. What is that one?
It's very stringy, kind of looks like a mobile almost, or like a Christmas tree ornament.
Oh no, it looks like a lay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have one of those. It was really hard to catch.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, you know, like you go to Hawaii and they put a lay around you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's that. It's that.
Okay.
I never understood the name. Maybe it would if I understood.
My Grubbin Dig Dug evolves into a Charjabug.
Yes,
What?
I love Charjabug.
Is this a bus?
Yeah, a lot of people say bus or battery.
No, he's a vehicle for
yeah.
sure. he's got a window up front and like
Space for tires
It's
on
like
the
a subway car
side.
or something. Yeah.
Here's the thing I do know, Jones. So Kotaku published a really helpful article. Didn't include images. It just said, here's how to evolve some specific Pokemon,
Nice.
which I love. Thank you
Yeah.
for doing that, Kotaku. Charjabug will not evolve until way late game.
Okay.
He needs to be in a specific environment.
All right.
Unless you level him up there, he won't evolve.
Okay.
So you might want to bench him for a while.
I might want to read that article.
Yeah, I can send that to you. It's called How to Evolve Pokemon in Sun and Moon.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
I trade a Lillipup for a Bound Suite. 2 for 2 with trades with
I really like Bound Suite, by the way.
Okay.
I like it.
For grass types, any particular reason?
It's grass type. And
why is it better than other grass types?
It's an attack-focused grass type.
Oh, okay.
And it was one where I didn't know what it was going to evolve into, and so it was kind of that fun. You'll see it in my party. I have one.
Nice. Oh, I know what Bound Suite evolves into, because right after this, it evolves into a Steenie.
Yeah.
Which looks kind of cool. Which is just low level. So
it's not done yet, but it's not done after Steenie.
Yeah, it's got one more.
Yeah.
So I have a Steenie. So yeah, I'll invest in there.
And because it's traded to you, it's got an experience bonus, so it is leveling up faster than the others.
I think I had 2 grass types in like my party that I'm going to face you with, and I didn't pick Steenie because Steenie just evolved, and I didn't have any cool abilities. They were all gray and dumb abilities.
I got you.
And I can ride Lapras now. I bump into Lana, go on a quest with Lana, which leads me to riding Lapras around.
Yeah.
So
this truly bothered me. This
truly bothered you.
Yes.
Okay.
You have Lapras. You're given the freedom to swim.
But you don't have Lapras, yeah.
Well, no, that's fine. She keeps talking to you. You're like trying to swim around. She's like, why don't you go over to those bubbles? Immediately. Like I'm frozen. Like I'm just starting to swim like, look at those bubbles. And it's like, okay, I'm going to go over here. She's like, no, look at the bubbles. And it's like, fine, I'll go to the bubbles. And then you go down to the next section, and she's like, why don't you check on the bubbles? That was so irritating to me. I just wanted to swim.
It's funny that you say that, actually. I didn't swim for a while because I wanted to get through that story segment because I think I'm like review focused. And so I'm thinking like, let me get through this and then I'll go back and explore stuff later.
Yeah.
So it's funny. It's a good impression of her, Kyle.
Yeah. That's what I like about her is she's kind of plain. She tells very funny lies.
Yeah.
Like ones you probably wouldn't get, like about Kyogre. And how she's like, yeah, this island, these ponds have a Kyogre in them. And then you're like, no, you're lying. She's like, yeah, I'm lying. And when she talks about, one time I caught a red Gyarados.
See, I'm too nice.
Yeah. When she called a red Gyarados, do you remember that? And she's like, yeah, one time I caught a red Gyarados.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I was like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, but I was like, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
And what's really fun, though, Jones, is
it's only my second Pokemon game. What do I know?
In Silver, you do catch a red Gyarados.
Nice.
And so it's like kind of like fun callbacks there.
I like she's definitely very abrupt, and she's like, I need your help. Can you help me? Okay, come this way. Like,
yeah.
And then I fight a Totem Wishy-Washy, the guy from the game intro.
The game intro?
Yeah, you see him in the game intro.
No, don't look at the intros. Dang, if that thing was spoiled for
me, I'd
be so bummed.
Well, I'm already starting to like check off my experiences. Like there's this shot with a boat, like me going over to Island 2. There's,
okay.
Yeah, so
don't tell me anything more. I'm never watching an intro. So that's Schooled Up. That's Wishy-Washy Schooled Up. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Right.
You said there's nothing special behind Wishy-Washy.
Well, for me to now implement Wishy-Washy in my everyday Pokemon battling.
Yep.
There's not a lot going on there. But is that like an attack you can do that you can group up? Or?
So it's his ability, Schooled Up. And I've not yet mastered it, Jones. I wonder if you need 6 Wishy-Washy in a party for it to do that. I don't know. I don't know what the secret is. Because I've fought people who have Wishy-Washy and they only have 1 and it still schools up.
Crazy. It becomes a big glowing, scary-faced thing.
Yeah, and I actually really like the design of that thing.
It is creepy, yeah. Because in the game intro again, like in our second episode, it was like, whoa, the game intro is so epic.
Yeah.
That's like right at the top of the apex of the theme.
Makes
sense. Comes up out of the water.
It's
like,
scary,
whoa,
yeah. I love that fight, and for me, it was at nighttime, and so it was night and storming, and I actually had to really work to beat this thing.
Whoa.
I had to debuff it a bunch. Oh my god, I beat this thing the cheapest way possible.
Yeah, I don't know if I had a lot of ammo against him.
I did Sand Attack like 10 times in a row because everyone else was doomed, and I was like down to my last guy, so I did Sand Attack. It couldn't hit me, and then I defeated it that way.
I mean, I don't have specific details, but I will run B-roll of the fight over this entire conversation. So you can see what I was up to.
So it wasn't a big sweat for you?
It was not. I don't remember specifically. Yeah, writing down that it was. And he summoned an Alomomola, which I don't know if I'd seen that before.
Oh, okay. So I guess it depends on what it summons, how hard it's going to be. That's funny.
Oh, did he summon something else?
Yeah.
Something crazy?
Mm-hmm. It was like this thing.
He summoned another Wishy-Washy, and then he summoned an Alomomola.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason he was like maybe it wasn't Alomomola. It was somebody who was like buffing him the whole time, too.
Whoa.
And, like,
no, I didn't get any of that.
Yeah.
Lana gives me a fishing rod. Yay.
Nice.
Nothing but Magikarp and Wishy-Washy. We talked about that.
Yeah.
I take on a Fisherman Ernest. He throws a Barboach, a Barboach.
Barboach. Yeah. I don't have any Barboaches for you.
And a Goldeen, but I've seen a Goldeen before.
Yeah.
Barboach is a crazy looking Pokemon.
Not new, but yeah, pretty cool.
And yeah, lots of trainers gonna be throwing some crazy stuff at me. Open up Route 6. Pokemon breeder William has a Sudowoodo.
Okay.
The big tree.
That's the evolution of Bonsai, I'll just tell you.
Oh, okay.
It's straight rock, too. That's a rock type.
The tree is a rock type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like petrified wood is the idea.
Okay. Yeah, but I think I did that too. I was like, oh, and I brought out Growlithe, like nothing.
He's like,
oh.
nope. And I really like how he's
Sudowoodo.
animated in the game. It's kind of stiff animations. I think he's animated really well.
I mean Hapu, who's getting punked on by Team Skull, who has a badass horse Pokemon. Mm-hmm. Has some crazy mount. Is that?
Oh, that's the little girl I was talking about with the pigtails.
Yeah.
So okay, she appears way later. Got it.
Yeah. But really cool looking, crazy.
Yeah. Mudsdale is the name of that thing.
Okay, so that's nothing I've found.
It is. That's the evolution of your little donkey boy.
That's Mudbray?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa, Mudbray, really?
Yeah.
You're going places, Mudbray. Mm-hmm. Is it just one
I
step?
think it's just one step.
Okay. Sweet. Is that a mount later, do you know? Probably. Maybe we've seen one. It's with her.
It's a mount later.
I called it.
Yeah, you called it. I might as well give you
come
credit.
on. I mean, you see it for the first time. And when it's with her, I definitely got the sense of, like, this is my mount. This is not, like...
Yeah.
I mean, Pokemon's cool, but, like, I'm not going to even bother fighting Skull. Battle Royal Doom. Kukui is the Royal.
Yeah. Actually,
which, as silly as that could potentially be, I do like that because I honestly didn't get it.
Yeah.
When he came down, I was like, oh, it's a new character because it's a handheld. It's not,
Yeah.
It's really the beard that like gives it away. But I like that how it's like, master, like or
it was one of the dialogue options.
Yeah.
It's professor.
Yeah.
With a question mark. I loved that. That was like what a fun way to do that.
So at least they give you a little bit of a clue.
Yeah.
And surprisingly small amount of things to buy at the Thrifty Mega Mart. But what are you gonna do? Hiker Calhoun. I love the hikers, man.
Oh, hiker's sick.
With the leaves on them.
Yeah.
Their names are hilarious.
Hiker Calhoun.
So intense.
There's one thing in that mart that I actually like a lot. It's the Hypno who wants money.
Whoa.
Did you give that Hypno any money?
No, I guess I didn't talk to everybody.
Oh, okay. There's a Hypno,
Hypno
who wants money. Yeah,
he's like,
it's just got a sign.
You're gonna give me money?
Well, no, the thing is, you give the Hypno money, and then it turns out it's a guy.
In a Hypno outfit.
In a Hypno outfit.
But he said he confesses or something?
He does. He gives you a TM.
Oh, okay.
So it's worth it.
Okay. All right.
Oh, now Jones is into it.
Well, yeah, give me the TM, baby.
Yeah.
If you got something to give me, I want it. Hiker Calhoun has a Roggenrola, which is an extremely cool name for an extremely unassuming Pokemon.
I like Rock and Roll a lot. So Black and White, I should mention this. I really like these two games because they're the only ones to introduce 150 new Pokemon.
Whoa.
So you know how you talked about like, oh, so to you these are all old, and I'm like, yeah, a lot of them are old. When I was starting Black and White, nobody's old. They're all new, same as like they were with Red and Blue. And so Rock and Roll is Geodude.
Oh, okay.
He's the Geodude of that game. So he evolves once, and then you trade him to evolve him another time.
Okay. Oh, but he's not. He's not actually Geodude. Like when Rock and Roll, evolves,
he's like
he's
an
not going to evolve
equivalent.
into Geodude. Okay.
Yeah.
Then rather quickly and abruptly, I get to the top of the volcano and I challenge Kiowe. I'm guessing Kiowe.
Sure.
And then he throws a Salazzle at me. I'm like,
well, hold on. I love this challenge.
Salazzles.
Though.
Yeah, this is.
He doesn't throw a Salazzle at you.
No. Yeah. A Salazzle appears during the course of this battle.
Right. I want to talk about this because it's actually one of my favorite challenges. He says here, these Marowaks are gonna do a dance. Watch carefully.
It always,
Watch carefully. Look for any difference. And the first time,
of course, you would love this.
Yeah, and so the first time, it actually is a little like I was watching very carefully, and there is a difference. It's like, oh, the guy on the right moved.
Oh yeah.
And then the second time, it's like, watch carefully. And I'm studying the dance, and then the stupid hiker pops up. Is that Calhoun? And so that's like.
I think that's just a different hiker. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and then the third time, just the hiker's there, and then also the Salazzle is just like, it's like, oh.
I like that one of the options that you can answer. It's the same option, but just 4 different ways to say it.
Yes.
You're like the hiker. I guess the hiker, probably the hiker.
Yeah. Like genuinely funny moment. I actually really like that challenge.
But just in general, like it always is funny when a game like sets something at least can be extremely difficult. Mm-hmm. You're like, okay, I just had to press the button.
By the way, I really like the design of Alolan Marowak. It's one of my favorite redesigns.
I got it. It took me a second. Well, it's tough because is the skull any different from a Marowak? Skull's
mostly the same. It's the cool black skin with the bones on the back and then the flaming.
I mean
it's really cool.
Yeah, Luau
I think
Marowak.
it's a spikier mask.
Okay. I destroy Kiowe because I got Poplio and it's a fire challenge. So any fire stuff that
right,
popped up,
right.
and
That
then
thing
I
was
just
doused pretty
blew
quickly.
right through.
Sure.
And then I open up Route 8. Oh, he gives me the ability to fly as Charizard. I do not fly yet because there's still some places I want to get to.
Oh, sure.
Just do some exploration on Island 2 before I go crazy.
Okay.
I open up Route 8. I discover the Aether Foundation.
Yeah.
Have they popped up before? Or are they?
This is new.
Okay.
Yeah.
They asked me to go find some stuff. They're doing some examinations on a Slowpoke over in the corner there. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what they asked you to find? I think it's the tiny teddy
Stuffle.
bear. Stuffle. Yeah.
So I've not found the Stuffle on Route 8.
Stuffles are hard to find, Jones. They're pretty rare.
Okay. And Rising Star Nikki has a mill tank. I'm surprised I didn't catch one of those back at the farm.
Yeah, it's in the grass over at the farm.
So it's at the farm. I just didn't. Okay. But yeah, that seemed like a given because those are all over the place. And then ceremoniously, after realizing I've completed 2 of the challenges, 2 of the trials on Island 2, I hop aboard my Charizard, and I think I went back to like the Dome Plaza or whatever just to test it out, just for
Oh,
fun.
I love it.
Whee!
The access to fly just off a button on the D-pad is so nice.
And we were talking about that earlier, that they're not HMs anymore.
Yeah.
If you do not know, Kyle wrote the entry for our Game of the Year for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I did not write it because you obviously have a much better frame of reference on what was new. And that was, we're literally HMs until now. Like we're in the post HM era now in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just a complete rethinking. I'm so proud of them for that.
Well, it's neat once you get to these new areas to have these characters show up and kind of tell you, like, what's going on. It's like, oh, hi, I'm a captain, and this isn't the only captain here. There's other captains, and I'm the Kahuna, and I'm different than the Kahuna that you saw on that first island. Things might change now. Like, we're not gonna like, oh, we gotta set up this new area, but we're stuck with all these rules. Like, no, we'll change every time. It doesn't matter. And it makes sense of these different islands that they would be competitive, and Island 3, they do things weird. It'd be fun if there's like a rivalry going on between like some of the islands or some of the areas and Kahunas and such. And there we go. Then I got my list of stuff we can trade, but we can get into that later. I don't know if we want to figure out what we can trade before we wrap things up for this first part.
I want to make sure
you get in your automobile.
Let me totally make
yourself to your
sure
3DS.
that we didn't skip anything that really stood out to me. Yeah, I really liked the Kiawe. I really loved that battle. That's all I wrote down. Oh, and then I loved the jokes and the Magmar house. Yeah. Okay, we're all cut up, Jones.
So silly Captain Kahuna battles go a long way with Cal Bossman.
Yeah. I mean, that's to me so much more fun than a gym.
Yeah, I just wonder if, they obviously can't all be silly. Like, you got to have some.
Well, the Lapras one is so weird. It
stuff.
really was just go over to the bubbles and press A, and then go to the next area and go to the bubble. That was the challenge, That sucks.
Yeah, and I guess, are you okay with the challenges being different? Like, this one's more complex, and this one's actually kind of a nice change of pace because it's quick.
The next one you're about to do, I like a lot.
Okay.
And so, the challenges are cool.
Well, I got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
So, what I made is a list of stuff that was thrown at me that I do not have, that I did not find in the wild.
And you want to see that maybe I have.
I'm curious if you have to trade.
All right,
that crab roller that I got from our previous Kahuna.
I have a crab roller, and I know that you can get one.
Okay.
They're always in the bundles of berries that are beneath trees.
Oh.
That's where you get one.
Well, if there's no more berries left.
They recharge. The berries replenish.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yep.
Okay, so that's one way you can get them berries.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that also is a Pokemon that only evolves in a very specific place late in the game.
Got it. Espeon.
Espeon is an Eevee evolution.
Ah. Oh, okay. A one that wasn't in red?
Oh, yeah, they added those in Gold and Silver. I honestly forget, Jones, how to get them to evolve. I think it's happiness during day or night is how those evolve.
But there might not be an Eevee in this game.
There's an Eevee
There
in the
is an
game.
Eevee in the game? Okay.
There's an Eevee in that egg that you ignored.
Okay.
Is what it is. But there's also wild Eevee, so it's like, why am I egging this
I didn't ignore the Eevee. I gave up on the Eevee.
Yeah, you gave up on the Eevee.
Drifloon.
That
I have seen in other places.
Yeah, I can get you a Drifloon, I think.
Okay.
I don't have an extra, but I can get you one.
Okay. Carbink.
Yeah, Carbink, I hate that Carbink.
Right.
I haven't even looked. I don't have one.
Munchlax.
No, I don't have a Munchlax.
Sableye.
Don't have a Sableye.
And you don't have the type null, obviously. Yeah. The Morlull.
I have a Morlull.
Did you say that was tough to catch?
It was tough to catch, but I'll give it to you.
Oh, we might have a winner there with the
Like,
Morlull.
honestly, I just caught it to put it in my Pokedex. Somebody asks about it, so there's one of those people who's like, hey, if you had a Morlull... Actually, no, he just says something specific. He says, if you have a Morlull... Never mind, I'll just forget I said anything. It's really weird.
Whoa.
He doesn't finish his sentence, and I don't know what the Morlull does.
Whoa.
I think it has an ability to recharge your party or something like that, but he doesn't get specific about it.
Barboach.
I don't have a Barboach.
I don't have a Pseudo-Wudo, but I got a Bonsley, so...
Yeah.
I'm going to cross that one off. And a Roggenrola, which we talked about, is not...
I have a Roggenrola if you want one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I have a really specific.
So if you're wondering why we're doing that part, it's because Jones and I don't know what is Sun and Moon specific.
Right.
Yep.
Because we have not. Yeah.
Oh, I do know
if
for
you're
sure.
streaming at your computer.
Oran Guru, you can't have in your game. There's an equivalent.
Oran Guru?
Yeah, you have your own ape. I have an ape and you have an ape.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to give you the moon ape. And then
Okay.
hopefully you will find the sun ape. You haven't been to his environment yet.
Okay. Should I write down the name of that? That's not a spoiler, just the name of it.
I don't remember the name of it.
All right.
It's got a coconut on its head.
Okay.
And so if you can find that ape for me, I'd appreciate it.
Send you a text. Kyle!
And also, Jones,
Coconut ape!
I have a Pokemon I'm going to trade to you, but I will probably want back. It's one of the Pokemon who evolves through trade.
Ah, okay.
There's an Alolan Geodude.
You will probably want back, so you might take a look at its evolution and be like, eh.
It happens. It totally happens. We didn't get to any of them yet, but there's some Pokemon you discover soon where I was like, oh, that's what you evolved into, and I take it out of the party.
They got boxed.
You get boxed. Evolves into Alolan Graveler, and then we're going to see what an Alolan Golem looks like
Oh my.
together at the same time. I don't have no idea what an Alolan Golem looks like. I'm really excited to see.
Do you think most likely you will have beaten Pokemon Moon by the time we shoot episode 4?
It's going to be the only game I play over Christmas break.
There you go.
So I'll probably be done at that point.
So yeah, so apologies we couldn't get these done once a week. We are going to have a little segment after this bit, but now that I have you in the room, I wanted to just like an official goodbye.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so it is Friday. It's the 16th today, so we will not reconvene until I get back. Right before New Year's. So
I'm after New Year's.
Yeah, so we'll probably we will be in the new year of 2017 when we return again and do episode 4 of Brandon Sun Kyle Moon. You will probably finish it, and I will maybe if you don't get back until later, I'll probably have some time to catch up and definitely get to that third island.
Yeah, I don't think you're too afraid of the capture. You know what I mean? Progress through the game.
Okay. I kind of want to level up too because I was putting my 6 Pokemon party together for this battle, and I don't really have a 6th. I don't have another Pokemon. I get new interesting Pokemon and I put them in my party and I try them out.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
so I have a lot of Pokemon that are just kind of like.
No, Jones, the way you talk about these totem fights, which are supposed to be hard.
I'm talking about Kyle fights.
Yeah, I know. At least I'm here to challenge you. Everyone else is just ugh.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm fine. This game's not hard for me yet.
Yeah.
But today I'm like, I gotta write down my notes. Oh no, I'm fighting Kyle again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
Yeah. I got 2 newbies I'm excited to try out against you.
God.
I got 2 new ones.
Well, if you're curious to see that, Kyle unfortunately has to go home and get his 3DS. But I will set up the camera and I will set up my capture unit and I will be here by my lonesome so you can really capture the sadness and the distress and the fear and the anger. But you will not see this guy again in this program until he comes back in January. So thank you.
Yeah.
Jones,
this is
good
the
time.
most fun.
2016 Pokemon, he's back.
Oh, it's back, baby.
It never went anywhere, but it
No.
is back again, being popular.
I feel more enthusiasm behind this game than I did for X and Y.
Game of the Year nominee.
Yeah.
Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Actually, I remember X and Y was a Game Trailers nominee. It didn't deserve it.
Spoilers, it didn't win.
Yeah, it did not win. This game, I have so much enthusiasm for. I have so much love for. I really just feel great inside of this game.
Nice.
I feel great for the game. I'm happy for its success. It's good vibes.
And regardless of whether I continue in the story or not, I am looking forward to just kicking back on a couch with a beer over the Christmas break.
Yeah, you know what? You should just fill out that Pokedex. You missed a lot of Pokemon that you easily could have caught yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah,
so
right.
Won't have footage of that, but they'll be in there for next episode. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned for a trade session and battle with Kyle Bossman. Okay, everybody, we are back. I have Kyle Bossman online on my phone. Say hi, Kyle.
Hey, everybody.
So it took us a little bit to find this, but we're starting with the trade. And I think it was the More Lol was what I wanted. Is that what you... Yeah,
That's it right there, Jones.
Are you sure? I've never seen that before.
It's kind of rare.
Wow. Yeah, I saw something, but I don't know if it was that. Maybe I got the name wrong? You're sure that is what is called a More Lol?
I'm double checking.
Wow.
No, that thing's called a Comfy.
Okay, there we go.
So what's a Morlul?
We game sleuthed it. A Morlul is, I think it's a plant type. I'm trying to think. Yeah, where is it?
Oh, wait, is it that thing?
Oh, no, wait, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't show you. Because I haven't caught it, duh.
I got a Morlul.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Right
it looks like a little ice cream cone. Yeah, okay.
Gross shoes.
Yeah, but now I want that other guy. But I don't know, how rare is that? I don't know, is that something...
I mean, you haven't been to the area. I would wait until you've been through the area where those appear.
Okay.
And then maybe I can give them to you. Here's something you need for sure. Right there. Boom. Honesty.
Nice. Okay, cool. And I will give you my monkey when I find him.
Sure.
Do you want me to just start scrolling through these? Did you have another one that you had in mind?
I don't have a Ladybug.
Oh, okay. I had you, Ladybug. Oh, you're over there. There you are. Francis, coming at you. You ready?
Yeah, let's do this. It's strange the punishment is you won't be able to trade for a while.
Bye, Francis.
Look how cool he is. Jones, this is pretty high tech, man.
Yes.
Okay. Francis received. All right, I got one more trade that needs to happen.
Oh, geez, wow.
We're going to see an evolution.
Oh, that's right. And I'm gonna trade that back.
If he's a monstrosity that I'm not into, you keep him. That's yours.
So okay.
There he is.
So I should trade you
Important.
something dumb, something that I can just go grab really easily. I'll trade you a Rattata or something. You're a Wingull. I'm gonna trade you Scuttle here. You ready?
Oh yeah, actually, I don't think I've caught one.
Okay, well here you go.
Here we go. Evolution time. I'm so excited to see what this guy turns into. Oh yeah, Jones, you're gonna have to trade him back
Yeah, of course. Unless you don't want him.
because I won't have him in my Pokedex.
Oh, right. Now, do I get both of these guys?
Yeah.
His name is important.
Yeah, he's important. Is he evolving right now?
No, he's coming in just as a Graveler. Hold on. It's registering in my Pokedex. Oh, yeah, here he goes.
Oh my god.
Important is evolving. Ooh, yeah, he's a Golem. Looks pretty cool.
I gotta have him back, Jones.
All right, let's do it. Thanks for the Pokedex
Is
entry.
he just a round ball?
No, he's got like big shoulders and a crazy beard. He's very Zangief.
A crazy beard?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see him.
The power I have.
I know, this was hard with friendships back in the day. It's like, okay, now give him back.
The ultimate test.
Do you want Scuttle back?
Where did he go? Whatever. Yeah, either way. Where did you go? Oh, there he goes. Check him out.
Oh my god, he looks crazy. Alright, I'm gonna give you Star Woman in return.
Okay, cool, Star Woman.
That's a pre-evolution of,
Clefairy, right?
Clefairy.
Yeah. Called it.
Yep.
Goodbye, important. I hardly knew you. It's a cool
Look at
looking
that
ball you
beard,
got
though.
there that he's in. I'm loving all the different ball assortments. We actually haven't even talked about that, too. Heal balls and...
quick balls are cool.
Yeah. What's up, Star
I
Woman?
actually have good luck with quick balls.
I can get behind Star
Jones.
Woman. This is great.
I love this golem.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Look at him. Oh my god. He's so strange looking. Okay. You ready for a battle?
No, but we should do it anyway.
Okay.
Or do we know how to do that?
That golem's rock electric.
So I'm backing out of this, the trade. Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go. We're out.
So we'll do link battle. I like when all of us are set to 50. I think that's cool. You have the best chance.
Great. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Participating team. Alright, now I pick my team members. Which? Jones, I'm going to try out that golem.
Oh, I can't wait. Let's do it.
I'm having a hard time finding my party. Are you having the same issue?
Nope, I'm all set. No, Kyle, I'm not having that issue at all.
gone. My whole party's gone. So I went to like select who I would battle with, right?
Right.
And I'm picking from my boxes, but I can't pick from my party.
Oh, weird. I just had a select party. Like, it just said, like, your party? And I'm like, yeah, them. And it showed a little image of the 6 of them.
I said,
and...
no, not my party.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it's either your party or not.
Yeah.
Okay, Jones, I'm going to have to back out.
All right.
Okay. We'll just do this party. This sucks.
Don't say that. You're still going to beat me, damn it. So you're ready, Link Battle?
It's just easier than, like, going back to, like, a Pokemon Center and switching everyone out,
This is true. I can meet him in episode 4, don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's time to battle. Kyle is picking the rules.
Now I'm letting you pick the rules.
You're letting me pick the rules. I've got to... Oh, no.
Just so it can be on camera. Just so everyone can know it's legit.
Well, yeah, it's not... It's the other screen is set up, so...
Oh, okay.
So what is it called? Single battle flat rules?
Flat rules, everyone's leveled up to 50.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Dang, Jones. Dang. So I have a special Pokemon on my team,
Oh my.
which means that it won't let me use my party. So I'm going to have to battle you with a bunch of less than ideal randos.
Okay.
This might be a true fight. This is going to be cool, Jones.
All right.
No more than 3 Pokemon? What kind of weird rule is this?
Oh, I don't know. Dude, I told you to pick the rules.
Oh, Jones. No, oh, God, what now?
I have no idea where I could have changed that setting.
Okay. All right, 3v3. Let's do it.
Crazy, dude. I don't know why.
Pokemon Trainer Jones. Hey, nice clothes, by the way.
Thanks, man.
All right, let's go. Let's do this. Please don't die in one hit, bud. Look at that beard.
Ugh. Ugh. Oh!
Yes.
Still alive, though? Ah! Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah, it's a spoiler. Sorry, Jones. I had no choice.
Oh, no. Brutal.
So yeah, this thing's ability is, it's trying to look like a Pikachu.
Uh-huh.
Why would you use my own fawn against me? It's cruel, man. Dang. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So that's why he absorbed that first hit, is that, like, that's his weird ability, so he'll just take a hit and cancel out the first damage done to him, which is pretty sick. So, Jones, when I said that Rockruff evolves into something different in my game,
Right.
this is what it evolves into.
Whoa, really?
Pokemon Moon. It turns into this cool werewolf.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean,
Oh, Jones, you're in a real type disadvantage here.
yeah, back to Fron, who can't really do anything. I'm gonna be getting rock
And you see
tombed a
how
lot.
We actually kept our levels. We didn't do the thing where it levels us up to level 50.
It didn't?
No.
Okay, well, let's battle again. And I will.
Okay, so John, usually you're supposed to look at the enemy's team and
Right.
make a good guess of who should go up first. You should be like, oh, I see his strengths and weaknesses. This guy's strong to most of that team, so I have to pick you first. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Pokemon Trainer Jones, let's go. Let's go, John. Okay. Snip. Here. Okay, here we go. It begins.
Damn. Brutal.
I like the virtual realm we do battle in. Oh, it's too cruel, Jones. Too cruel.
Brutal.
I mean, Jones, you let Fawn die there.
I just don't have anything else that is good on flying. So Fran's it, you know? So I'd be
All right.
swapping him out for what? And it's like, if I don't have anything else, that, I mean, I guess I can rock this.
Alan. Okay, here we go, Alan. What's up? The bigger version, the bigger butterfly. I like this. Okay. What if we huge compared to this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Okay, okay. Stick with the plan. Oh, it sucks. Oh, that sucks. Okay. All right, Jones. All right. I respect the poison powder. Jones, that poison hurt me almost as much as my attack hurt you.
Oh, no. Need to get that back. Oh, brutal.
Side beam. Okay. Okay. You can hang in there, little bug. Hang in there, little bug. He's not gonna get a critical hit every time. Yeah, that was a good call. That was a good call. Okay. 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 That's a good animation. So, Jones,
Yeah.
you get why I switched out there. Oh, yeah, you're getting it. You absolutely got it. Use my own trick against me. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's a good switch. Okay. All right, I see what you're up to. And golly, okay.
It's a longer battle than last week, that's for sure.
Kind of don't have a lot of options here, Jones.
Oof. It's a cool Pokemon, bro.
I kind of hate it. I hate how the spikes look. Big Doug is a perfect name for this boxy little bug.
Uh-oh.
Keep going.
Oh,
Keep
no.
going.
Oh, no.
We only need four.
No. Come on. Let me get one attack off. Oh, come on.
3.
Brutal.
That sucked.
Ah. That's the best I get out of super effective? Come on.
I mean, he's not like a ground type, which is why I think it did almost nothing.
Bite this thing, please. Oh, avoided.
Look at that
Yeah.
mud flap hanging off. Okay. Okay. Oh, John.
Get out of here.
Why did you hide Sophie this whole time?
I brought Sophie out earlier. Oh, no.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, Jones, now we're playing Pokemon, man.
It definitely feels different. I mean, it feels different from, like, almost any fight that I've had. Oh, no. I keep neglecting my Z power, too. I don't know why. Stealth Rock. Oh, my. Oh, nice. I remember that.
Ooh, is that fighting type? Nice, Jones. Okay, okay. That hurried this fight.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that you have a Growlithe who knows a fighting move.
Or I did. I love it says match time and it's set to like an hour. It's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's a little too generous. Take that, Alan.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Even flying types get hit by that?
Yeah, because they're floating rocks. That's not right.
Oh, man. Line them up. Line them up. Did your best, Alan.
Yeah, those rocks barely hurt Gao. Okay, alright. Now, guess we switch. To you. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty decent. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, Jones. Alright. Poor guy's gotta take the hits.
Take out one of Kyle's Pokemon. Please, take him out. Come on.
Stay in the chamber.
Oh, nice.
Okay, he's
So that's a
down.
first. First of the season. I'm proud of it. Making progress.
You're right. That's first of the season. Mark it down. Put it in the history books.
Yeah, get in there first. Yeah, Gao. Get him. Ugh.
The defense. electric golem is
Yeah,
a beast.
I know, it's intense. That's a Gao killer.
All the rocks, the stones. What a way to end it.
Oh, I got one.
John, we played some Pokemon there. That was
We sure
exciting.
did. Yeah, that was a match. And now I get it. Yeah, that back and forth, the like preloading an attack and not knowing like, is this gonna hit this Pokemon or the next one that they bring in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it's cool to do stuff like Swords Dance. When you're pretty sure he will switch, you get like a free turn to boost your attack or something
Oh
like that.
yeah, okay, yeah. No, I don't want to play this person again for a whole year.
All right, Johns, I'll see you in 2017.
Yeah, buddy, you bet you will. Thanks for
All right,
watching,
talk to you later.
everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you next episode.